All right, it is time now for our recruiting report. Otis Kirk, as always, our recruiting insider. He joins me now. Let's start things off with Raheem Sanders, the Rocket, as most people know him, 4-star out of Florida. He could play offense or defense, though, Otis.
Yeah, he could. Probably going to play offense, probably play receiver if he comes to Arkansas. He's got a more manageable list than we started off with 14 last week for Keyshawn. But he narrowed his schools down to 5, which is a much more manageable list. And he's going to make his decision on June the 8th. Arkansas, Florida State, Missouri, Oklahoma, and South Carolina made the cut. He had over 30 offers, about 32, 33 offers, I think. He narrowed it down to those 5, and I feel pretty good about Arkansas's chances there. You've got Justin Stepp, you've got Scott Fountain, and you've got Kendall Briles all recruiting him, and not counting Sam Pittman and stuff. And he's a big kid. He's 6'2", 210. Played receiver, running back, played safety. He had 6 sacks at safety last year, 8 tackles for losses. So he's a physical player. But like I said, I think you'll see him line up at Arkansas as a receiver if he comes here. And right now, I think the Arkansas is where he's leaning. But we'll know in a couple of weeks when he makes that decision on his birthday. And by the way, that June the 8th, that's the first day the football players will be back at U of A, too. So busy day that day, But too bad his birthday wasn't the day before. But anyway, it's all good.
Hey, we got another guy who's going to commit in June as well. Devin Manuel, O-lineman, top 8. Arkansas is in it. What can you tell us about him?
Well, he's a big kid. He was up here at junior day, 6'8", 300, maybe more than 300, but he's a definite 6'8". I mean, that is one big human. He's down to Arkansas, Houston, Michigan State, Indiana, Louisiana, Central Florida, Kansas, and Iowa State. And there again, I like Arkansas's chances for him. I think they're the leader. Now, all this could go a different way, but right now I think Arkansas is in pretty good shape for him. At least they got him on campus here, and they've done a pretty good job of getting the kids they really want that were on at one of those 2 junior days. They've done a really good job there. He probably would like him to be quicker, but then you have to remember, we're talking about a 6'8", 300, 320-pound kid that actually can move pretty well for his size. It's just that you see someone that big, and we're talking about a kid that's right now, is in the 11th grade, getting ready to go into 12th grade at high school. So, I mean, he's not fully, I don't say not coordinated, but he's not fully finished growing and growing into his body. So, he's got, like I said, one thing you always think about when a kid like this, Terry, you can't coach him to be 6'8". You just can't do it, You can be the greatest coach, but you can't coach him to be 6'8". But I do know he likes Sam Pittman. He likes Brad Davis. He likes the fact that Arkansas develops offensive linemen. And, all these offensive linemen I talk to say the same thing. They saw the draft and those Georgia tackles going in the first round, both of them going in the first round of the NFL draft. That gets their attention because every kid I talk to, whether they will or not, and we know they won't, but every kid I talk to thinks it's in high school or junior high, think they're going to eventually be in the NFL. And even though they won't be, a lot of them won't be, they all think they will be, and they think that, like offensive linemen think Pittman can get them there, and he probably can. So it gives them a great chance anyway. If they've got it, he'll get it out of them. He and Brad will get it out of them.
Well, A.J. Green is a 4-star out of Tulsa. Arkansas is recruiting him as a running back, and I guess Arkansas's chances look pretty good for him right now.
Yeah, they do, and that would give them the top 2 running backs in Oklahoma if they get him. They've already gotten one out of Oklahoma City, and A.J. is he's down to 8 schools: Arkansas, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Michigan, LSU, Texas Tech, Baylor, and South Carolina. I mean, the who's who of college football in a way there, and he's got offers to a lot of other schools that he's not listing in the top 8. But he's from Tulsa Union, same school that produced Ricky Stromberg, and so all the fans know Ricky Stromberg. But if Arkansas can pull this off, getting A.J. Green to go with, the other running backs and stuff, and then I think they'll probably end up with 3 in this class, and because they like to sign 2 a year, but they only signed 1 last year, and you've got 2 seniors this year, and Raheem Boyd and T.J. Hammond. So I think Arkansas will be looking to sign 3 if they can get them, but certainly if they have those 2, they can afford to be very picky on the 3rd one. So, but they would love to add A.J. Green to the fold here, and I think they probably will. I know I'm saying that on every kid, but these are 3 kids that I really think Arkansas is in decent shape on. But as with recruiting, man, this stuff can change overnight. So, because we all thought Coley was going to commit when I was on here on a Sunday a few weeks ago, and that Tuesday backed off of his commitment to anyone. So anything can happen in recruiting, but right now I think Arkansas is in good shape on those 3 kids.
Well, Otis, let's talk about a local guy, Josh Street out of Bentonville, the 2021 class, an offensive tackle. He's still getting a lot of interest, though, from other schools.
Yeah, he's played at Danville till this year, and he's going to play at Bentonville. He's 6'6", 289 pounds. Maryland came in and offered him, Tara, and that was pretty impressive, the fact that, but the thing about it is he's got Louisiana Monroe offered him, and some smaller schools, including Arkansas Tech. But here's the thing about him is he can really help his stock up here. He's going to be going against some big kids. Schools will be watching him, and they're going to get to see what he can do. He's got pretty good footwork for a kid that size. He's DJ Crane was the head coach at Danville, took a job as a second safeties and special teams coordinator up at Bentonville. So he moved up here to be with his uncle and play on that team. And I tell you what, he's a kid to keep an eye on. Right now, Arkansas hasn't offered him. He really likes the Razorbacks, but he's someone there's always somebody in Arkansas. It may not be Josh, but it may be. There's always somebody in Arkansas that kind of moves up once they get the season. And it's going to be maybe more so this year since there's not camps, the coaches didn't go out in the spring. There's not, there's a lot of stuff that in the past that coaches could have seen these kids. They're not going to get to see them this year. So the season, early in the season, is going to be very important for kids like Josh Street. And he's going to get to go against some very talented football players in that conference and in Bentonville's non-conference schedule. And I think he'll do well. And he's somebody to keep an eye on. Let's watch where his recruiting ends up, because I still think whether it's Arkansas or someone else, more big schools in addition to Maryland are going to come in and offer that kid. Wait and see, because he didn't get to when they watched him at Danville, he was going against guys 170, 180 pounds, and it's a mismatch because he knocks them, locks onto him and knocks them on the ground. That's what he should do. And if they get by him, they're so because they're so quick and small. Well, is he slow? See, I mean, that's what you run into when you evaluate an offensive lineman when he's not going against kids his size. It's going to be very interesting to see him go against his kids his size, and he's going to hold his own, I promise you, and win most of the battles.
Well, let's talk about the current Razorbacks. It's no doubt been a very awkward semester for them. They've been home for a while, but the GPA actually surprisingly good.
Yeah, and when Sam Pittman tweeted that out, I think it was Friday, but whatever day that was. But to me, that caught my attention. Of all the things to catch my attention, that just thought. When you look at this, you're at school. You got a brand new coach. You're coming off with back-to-back 2-10 seasons. You got a brand new coaching staff minus Justin Stepp. That's the only holdover on the 10 on the field coaches from Chad Morris. Okay, you got brand new coaches at most positions. You've got a new head coach. And then in the middle of it, just before you start spring football, you get pulled out to go home because school shuts down because of the COVID-19, the virus. And so, they go home and you've got to move home in the middle of semester. That's not even easy to do at the end of the semester. You're doing this in the middle of the semester. You're going home and then you're going to have to start online classes. And to come out of that with a 3.12 for the team, to me, it speaks a lot of things. It speaks, one, that Sam Pittman did a good job and the other coaches did a great job getting these kids' attention, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Making them understand how important that was. But then you've got to give a lot of credit to the kids. They could have gone home and just said, heck with it, and just got by and just did enough to get by and think, hey, we may not even play football this fall. Why should I worry about it? But no, they didn't. And I think that speaks volumes of their character, the discipline, the coaches, the players. I think everybody really, I think they deserve more of a compliment for that than a lot of things they've probably gotten compliments about. Not that they don't deserve other compliments, but I just maybe that's not as incredible as I think it was, but I just think it was very incredible for that to happen.
Well, I know Sam Pittman's probably hoping that the team has also been doing their homework for the football season coming up. So we'll see how that happens whenever they do finally get back to campus here in June. But Otis Kirk, as always, thank you so much for your take on all your recruiting. I know you've been working hard writing up stories and stuff on hogville.net. So if you have some time, go check that out. But Otis, thanks so much.
Thank you, Terry. Y'all have a good day. See you.
You too.